All right, so we're diving into the Wakala agency banking system today.
Specifically, how it all works within TSSFL's technology stack.
Yeah, you've given us a lot to work with here.
They've got the system documentation itself,
Forum discussions?
even some financial reports.
It's a pretty interesting puzzle to put together.
It is quite a mosaic.
But that's what makes it fun, right?
Exactly.
We get to see not just what the system does.
But what it actually means for agents out there like you.
What I found really interesting going through these TSSFL forum posts is it's more than just banking.
Yeah.
It's like they're creating a whole digital toolkit, especially for agency businesses here in Tanzania.
That's the smart part, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're recognizing that agents are entrepreneurs.
Right.
They need more than just, okay, I did a transaction, I'm done.
Right.
They need insights.
Yeah.
They need help.
Resources.
They need even a way to connect with each other.
Exactly.
It's a whole different approach.
They even have things like, interactive math platforms.
Oh, yeah.
For
like GeoGebra.
Desmos, so woven right in.
Now, I'm not a math whiz or anything,
Right.
but I can see how that would be surprisingly useful for agents.
Absolutely.
Managing their own money.
Totally.
Maybe even, educating their community a little bit.
Yeah, you're seeing that common thread, aren't you?
Yeah.
TSSFL is bringing all these different tools together into this one ecosystem.
They're pretty cool.
So where does the Wakala system itself fit into this?
Right.
Let's look at the system documentation you've got.
Okay, so now we're getting into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
I see right away Wakala supports all the major mobile money platforms in Tanzania. Vodacom, M-Pesa, Tigo Pesa, Airtel Money, you name it.
Makes sense.
It's clearly built to handle the core stuff of agency banking.
Yeah.
Cash deposits, withdrawals, balance inquiries, that sort of thing.
The bread and butter.
Exactly.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
If we tie that to the financial data reports you've given us, we can actually see the system working.
Oh, it's not just theory anymore.
Yeah.
We see the daily transactions happening. We
Right.
see how those commissions are earned.
That's
You
clear.
can even spot potential problems
Oh, that's interesting.
or places where things might be going wrong.
Like red flags.
Yeah, red flags. This level of transparency, I think, is crucial,
Oh, for sure.
especially for building trust.
Definitely.
So, agents need to know what's going on.
Absolutely. But let's get to the heart of it.
Okay.
What makes Wakala different?
Right.
Why should an agent choose this over another system?
Good question.
What's factor?
So what is how it all connects to the TSSFL technology stack.
Okay.
Remember that toolkit we were talking about?
Yeah.
Agents using Wakala aren't just getting a system that's separate.
Right.
They're getting access to a whole bunch of resources
Wow.
that are meant to help their business grow.
So it's almost like getting a banking system
Yeah.
and the business partner
Kind of, yeah.
rolled into one.
You got,
That's a pretty powerful proposition.
especially for agents just starting out.
Yeah.
Or, maybe they're looking to take their business to the next level.
Totally.
This gives them a real leg up.
Imagine being able to manage your banking,
Mm-hmm.
access educational resources,
Yep.
analyze market trends,
You got it.
connect with other agents,
Mm-hmm.
even explore AI-powered tools.
All in one place.
That's huge.
It's game changer.
And, looking at the forum discussions, that's what agents are excited about.
Exactly.
They see the potential to really streamline their work,
Streamline.
improve their financial literacy,
Right.
and ultimately, be more successful.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is.
Empowerment.
Yeah.
TSSFL gives them the tools,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the agents who are in control.
Right?
They're the ones shaping their own destinies,
Yeah.
contributing to their communities.
I love that.
It's a powerful thing.
Okay, so we've established that Wakala is more than just a banking system. It's like a gateway to this whole ecosystem of resources and opportunities.
It is a gateway, yeah.
But let's get specific.
Okay.
How does this integration actually work in practice?
Yeah.
What are some real examples of how agents are using this technology stack to their advantage?
Well, that's where things get really exciting.
All right.
And that's exactly what we'll explore in part 2 of this deep dive.
Okay.
We'll look closer at the data you've given us,
Perfect.
analyze some real scenarios,
Okay.
and see how agents are using these tools to make smarter decisions,
Awesome.
optimize their operations,
Right.
and really thrive in the world of agency banking.
I'm already intrigued.
I knew you would be.
Before we move on, though,
Yeah.
I want to remind our listeners,
Of course.
if you're excited about this,
Yeah.
reach out to TSSFL directly.
They're great people.
They've got a team ready to answer questions,
Provide demos.
help agents get started.
They're really helpful.
Absolutely.
You can reach them at 076-289-6544.
Or visit their website for more information.
Lots of resources there.
So buckle up, everyone.
Here we go.
In part 2, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of how Wakala is empowering agents on the ground.
It's going to be good. Welcome back, everyone.
All right, so we've talked about what Wakala is, how it fits into that bigger TSSFL picture.
Right, the technology stack.
Now let's get into how agents are actually using it.
That practical stuff.
Yeah, the real-world stuff. You've given us some really interesting financial data to work with.
It's a gold mine, honestly.
It is. We get to see, the ins and outs of a Wakala agent's day-to-day.
Exactly. You can see deposits,
Withdrawals.
mobile money transfers, even those commissions they're earning.
All broken down by day.
Day by day.
I'm looking at this spreadsheet now.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that jumps out is just the volume.
The sheer volume.
And the variety of transactions happening.
Yeah, it's not just a trickle.
No, it's a flood.
It really
Yeah.
shows how Wakala is facilitating this flow of money.
Especially in places where, traditional banks maybe aren't so present.
Exactly.
Filling those gaps. And you can see agents are serving all sorts of customers.
Oh, yeah. Look at this.
We see transactions across Vodacom, M-Pesa, Tigo Pesa, Airtel Money.
The whole gamut.
It really speaks to how adaptable the system is.
It's built for that Tanzanian mobile money world.
Right, like seamlessly integrated.
Exactly.
Like Wakala is this bridge connecting people to the financial services they need.
Regardless of which platform they prefer.
Regardless of the
That's
platform.
a very good point.
But let's get even more into the details.
All right, let's zoom in.
How can an agent actually use this data
Yeah.
to make better decisions,
To improve their business.
to really thrive?
Okay, so let's say we have an agent named Rosemary.
Rosemary. Okay.
She's been using Wakala for a few months, getting
Right.
the hang of things.
Mhm.
But she wants to do more.
She has to up her game,
Right. She wants to understand her customers.
their habits.
Their preferences.
What are they doing?
What are they doing? When are they doing it?
So she can really tailor her services.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
I like Rosemary already.
Me too. She's got the right idea.
So what does she do?
Well, Rosemary dives into the data,
Okay.
the financial data right there in the Wakala system.
Right.
She starts analyzing those transaction patterns,
Uh-huh.
and she notices something interesting. A huge chunk of her daily transactions are through Vodacom M-Pesa.
Wow. So she's got a lot of M-Pesa users.
It's her most popular platform.
That's valuable information.
Now she knows where to focus.
Exactly.
So what can she do with this knowledge?
I'm curious.
Well, first, she might adjust her float,
Her float.
the amount of cash she keeps on hand,
Oh, right. To make sure she can handle those M-Pesa transactions.
to make sure there are no delays.
No one wants to be told, come back later.
Exactly. Rosemary's thinking ahead.
Smart.
She might even offer some special promotions.
Oh, like a bonus for M-Pesa users?
Maybe a discount on fees?
Attract even more customers?
Right, build that customer base.
And her revenue. So just by looking at the data,
Just by analyzing it a little bit.
she's able to make these really impactful business decisions.
It's like having a built-in advisor.
I love it. But it doesn't stop there.
Oh no, there's more.
Let's say Rosemary sees a spike in withdrawals on a particular day.
A sudden rush.
Out of the ordinary.
She digs deeper, investigates a little,
Okay.
and she realizes it was a local market day.
Uh-huh.
So now she's seeing the connection
Between real-world events,
and her transaction patterns.
it all starts to make sense.
Right now, she knows market days mean more withdrawals.
So she can be ready.
Exactly. She can make sure she has enough cash on hand.
Avoid those long lines.
Keep her customers happy.
It's all about being proactive.
Using data to anticipate what's coming.
And Wakala gives her the power to do that.
It does indeed.
What else can we learn from this data?
Well, look at this breakdown of commission earnings.
Well-
It seems those mobile money commissions, they tend to be smaller, but they happen more often.
Okay. More frequent, but smaller amounts.
Exactly. Whereas bank commissions, they're bigger chunks of money,
Right.
but less frequent.
So it's a trade-off.
It is a balance.
It's not just about chasing the big
It's
commissions.
about finding that sweet spot.
the right mix.
Exactly. This shows how important it is to diversify.
Offer a variety of services.
Right. An agent who only does mobile money
They might be missing out.
on those bigger bank commissions.
But on the clip side,
Mhm.
if they only do bank transactions,
Their income might be less predictable.
less consistent.
Exactly. So it's all about balance.
Finding that right mix.
to build a stable income.
I like it. Wakala gives you the tools to figure that out.
That's right. You mentioned earlier how the system can flag potential problems.
Yes, those anomalies.
Yeah.
Red flags.
Do we see any examples in the data?
We do. Let's take a look.
All right, here's one.
Okay.
A large deposit
Uh-huh.
made outside of normal business hours.
That's definitely suspicious.
It raised a red flag.
It's like a virtual security guard
Always watching.
looking out for you.
In this case, it turned out to be fine.
Oh, okay.
A customer got a big payment unexpectedly.
But still, it shows how the system is looking out for you.
Exactly. Vigilance is key.
Peace of mind.
Knowing the system has your back.
So you can focus on your customers.
And growing your business.
Exactly. Let's move beyond the numbers for a second.
Okay.
We've got these forum discussions from the TSSFL platform,
Right, where agents are talking to each other.
sharing their experiences.
The good, the bad.
What are they saying?
Well, one thing that comes up a lot is training
Training.
and support.
Makes sense.
They want clear instructions.
Especially when they're first starting out.
Right. Even though Wakala is designed to be easy to use.
There's always a learning curve with new technology.
Absolutely. They need that helping hand.
And TSSFL seems to be listening.
They are. They've created a special Wakala forum.
Within their platform.
Yep. Agents can ask questions, share tips,
Troubleshoot problems.
get help from each other.
And from TSSFL staff.
It's a community.
A community of practice.
That's a great way to put it.
I also saw some discussions about wanting more advanced reporting features.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more.
Some agents want customized reports,
Okay.
more detailed analytics,
Deeper dives into the data.
even predictive modeling tools.
Wow, they're getting sophisticated.
As businesses grow, they need those more powerful tools.
Absolutely. Data is king.
And TSSFL can definitely keep innovating here.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe they could offer different reporting packages.
Like tiers.
Yeah, basic reports for free,
Right.
but then more advanced options for a fee.
That aligns with their whole model.
Right, to give the core stuff away for free
But then offer premium features.
for those who need them.
It's a smart strategy.
It lets them cater to everyone.
While keeping the platform sustainable.
There were also discussions about integration
Integration with what?
with other services.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Some agents mentioned e-commerce platforms
Oh,
or even government services.
that's where the power of the technology stack really shines. It's not just about banking.
It's about connecting everything.
Imagine an agent being able to process online payments,
Pay utility bills.
disperse government benefits.
All within Wakala.
It becomes a one-stop shop.
Even more valuable for everyone.
And it's part of this bigger trend in fintech.
Creating these interconnected ecosystems.
Just simplify things for people.
You give them more control over their finances.
Exactly.
These forum discussions really highlight something.
What's that?
Wakala isn't static.
It's not just a finished product
It's constantly evolving
based on what users need.
and what the market demands.
It's alive.
It's like a living, breathing system.
I like that.
But let's not forget the bigger picture.
Right, Wakala's is just one part.
One piece of the puzzle.
It's time to zoom out.
And look at the whole TSSFL technology stack.
That's what we'll do in part 3.
We'll delve into their work in education,
Research.
community development.
See how they're using technology to build a brighter future for Tanzania?
Stay tuned, everyone. The journey continues. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive.
We've explored the Wakala system itself.
Seeing how agents are using it?
Now it's time to zoom out.
Look at the bigger picture.
The whole TSSFL technology stack.
This is where things get really inspiring.
I think so too.
It's clear from what you've given us, TSSFL isn't just about finance.
Right?
They're building this whole ecosystem.
That touches on education, research, community development.
It's really multifaceted.
It is. And the thread that connects it all is that commitment to open source technology
Right.
and making knowledge accessible
To everyone.
to everyone. They're not just building products, they're building a movement.
I love the one area that stood out to me is their focus on STEM education.
STEM. Oh, sure.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
They're really emphasizing that.
They've even integrated those interactive learning platforms
Like GeoGebra and Desmos.
right into their technology stack.
Pretty forward thinking for a company that started in finance, wouldn't you say?
It shows they understand technology is only as good as the people using it.
Exactly.
By giving students those STEM skills, they're investing in Tanzania's future.
In its workforce.
I can just picture a classroom full of students. Not just reading about math, but actually seeing it come to life
Interacting with it.
through these
Like, that
platforms.
makes it so much more engaging.
And by putting these tools on their platform,
Yeah.
they're making them accessible to so many more people.
Especially in places where traditional education might be limited.
It's about leveling the playing field.
Giving everyone a chance.
And it's not just for students.
Right. They have resources for researchers, too.
I saw mentions of AI-powered research tools.
Oh, yeah, and data analysis platforms.
What's the thinking there?
Well, they recognize that research is the engine of progress by giving researchers these tools.
The cutting-edge stuff.
And access to data, they can speed up discoveries
And
in all sorts of fields.
I'm particularly fascinated by their use of AI.
AI is everywhere these days, isn't it?
It seems to be woven into so much of what they do.
It is. They're using it for things like natural language processing.
Like with ChatGPT.
Exactly, even predictive modeling.
Using AI to analyze data.
To spot trends.
So it's not just about automating things.
It's about making us smarter.
Helping us solve those really complex problems.
And because they're all about open source, these tools aren't locked away.
Right.
They're available to anyone.
Developers, researchers.
People all over the world can contribute.
And that cloud platform development?
That's key too.
Makes it even more accessible.
Anyone with an internet connection can use these tools.
It breaks down those geographical barriers.
Location doesn't matter anymore.
It's all connected, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The open source, the cloud technology, the focus on education and research.
All working to
create a more inclusive society.
And what I find really impressive is they're not just talking about it.
They're actually doing it.
Building real solutions, putting them into practice.
And always improving based on feedback.
It's a continuous process.
It shows their commitment to making a real difference.
Not just building technology, but building a better future.
Absolutely. So where do we go from here?
Good question.
What's the takeaway for our listeners?
Well, if you're excited about Wakala and what TSSFL is doing, reach out to them.
They're eager to connect.
Answer questions.
Even give demos.
You can call them at 076-289-6544.
Or visit their website.
Don't be shy.
This is your chance to be part of something big.
To contribute to this vision of a more technologically empowered Tanzania.
Whether you're an agent, a student, a researcher.
Or just someone who believes in the power of technology.
TSSFL welcomes you.
It's been a fantastic journey exploring all of this.
It really has.
It's inspiring to see how technology can be used for good.
On that note, we want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We hope you've learned something new.
Gained a new perspective.
And maybe even feel inspired to get involved.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep believing in the power of technology to change the world.